One of the things we're really good at here at 1070 Architecture is fitting a lot of units on small lots. So on a 25 by foot deep lot, which is a 3,500 square foot lot, one of the standard sizes here in San Diego, we can fit about 5 to 6 units and everybody can have comfortable space and everybody can even have exterior space. We can do this in a 2-story structure as well. So we're not talking about anything super large. A couple considerations is you need to make sure you have your access to all these units as compressed as possible. So the more straight you can make the access point, the more efficient the design is going to be. So generally, if you can commit one side yard to access all the units, that's going to be the most efficient way to do this. The second thing I would say you want to consider is parking. Parking can be very challenging depending on which neighborhood you live. So if you have alley access, you're going to want to dedicate the back 19 or 20 feet to 2 to parking spaces. If you're lucky enough to have a driveway, then you're going to want to design that driveway so you have parking for as many tenants as possible, which without having tandem parking split between 2 tenants. The other thing you're going to have to be concerned about is privacy, where your trash is going to go, because the more units you have, the more trash cans you're going to end up with, and where all the mechanical equipment ends up. So if you have a mini split system for each unit, for example, the condensers can be mounted on the walls, so you can leave the other side yard to have private patio spaces. One of the first things we have to analyze when we're designing a project, especially a project where we're going to have multiple units and we're going to be proposing high density, is you have to balance privacy and site access, or access to the units. So where is everybody going to park? And where are the people who don't have parking spaces going to access the site from? And where are the guests going to access the site from? So in a lot of cases, we'll try to propose the parking off the alley. Now, not every lot has an alley, but if you have an alley, you have a great opportunity to fit as many parking spaces as possible. And the alley is actually used as the backup distance. So it's a very efficient design. So if some of the tenants are going to park off the alley, and then the other tenants are going to park in the street, and all of their guests are going to come from either the street parking or walking down the alley, you essentially have access on both sides of the lot. So you're going to want to create a straight line between those 2 access points. That's going to be the most efficient way that you can design the access to these units. Now, you don't want to have any bedrooms along that access path because now you have a conflict with privacy. So typically we're going to put our bedrooms on the other side of the structure, or we're going to lift our bedrooms and put them on the second floor. So we don't have this conflict between privacy and your neighbor accessing their unit.